Hi guys, welcome to Attraction Realm. Today we're going to be looking at the importance of relaxing during creative visualization. Very, very important that we must relax during creative visualization. It is important to relax deeply when you're first learning to use creative visualization. When your body and mind are deeply relaxed, your brainwave pattern actually changes and becomes slower. So what we're looking at here is how to attain a more slower brainwave pattern, right? Because the slower the brainwave pattern, the higher the level of vibration. Okay, the slower the brainwave pattern, the higher the level of vibration. So, and then we have different kind of brainwave patterns. We have different kind of brainwave patterns. But before that, let's even know what brain waves are. All right. Now, brain waves are electrical impulses in the brain that result from the coordinated activity of neurons. These waves reflect various mental states. So your brainwave pattern actually reflects the mental state that you're in, or the mental state of being that you are in presently. All right. And as neurons communicate through tiny bursts of electrical charge, brainwaves vary in frequency and are categorized into different types, each associated with different levels of consciousness, alertness, and cognitive functions. But what we are trying to attain here is to relax as much as possible. For creative visualization, it is very, very important that you must relax, because we're trying to attain a brainwave pattern that is slower so that we can vibrate at a higher state of being or consciousness, and then we are able to attract whatever it is we want to attract. Because at different levels of vibration, or at different levels of frequency, you tend to attract things. At the lowest levels of consciousness, where you have shame, guilt, anxiety, worries, and all that, you tend to attract those kind of things into your lives. You tend to attract events and circumstances. But what we want here is to be at the highest level of frequency, vibrating at the highest rate of speed. We must relax, because by the time our brainwave pattern is slower, we tend to achieve a higher state of being, or a higher state of frequency. So, but let's even now look at the different kinds of brainwave patterns that we have, so that you have an idea of how these brainwave patterns affect our beingness, or affect our state of being at a particular time. So, and then they are usually measured as we can see here. Brainwave activity can be divided into beta, alpha, delta, theta, and gamma based on their frequency measured in hertz. Okay, you have beta, alpha, delta, and beta, theta, and gamma based on their frequency. For beta is between 14 to 30 hertz. All right, 14 to 30 hertz. Beta waves are most present brain waves during normal day-to-day activities, and that's not the one we're looking at or looking for, because it is associated with alertness and focus, which allows us to think critically and focus on school or work tasks. An overabundance of beta waves are typically linked to people with high stress or anxiety, and low amount of beta waves are usually seen as a contributing factor to depression and all that. So that's not the kind of brainwave pattern that we're looking for for our creative visualization. We want a more relaxed state. We want a more slower brainwave pattern that would help us to tend to attract or be at the highest state of frequency, so that you can attract those things that you are actually looking for. All right. Now we have the alpha. The alpha is between 9 to 13 hertz, right? Alpha waves comes from a relaxed state of mind, which is more like the brainwave pattern that we're looking for or looking at, especially after doing a difficult or stressful task that required heavy beta waves. So most of the time, that alpha wave brainwave pattern is the most important one that we are looking at or looking for during creative visualization, because at that state we tend to be stress free, we tend to be anxiety free, and then we tend to receive the things that we want exactly. Don't forget I said that your level of consciousness or state of being determines what you attract. If you are the lowest state of being or consciousness, that where you have anxiety, worries, at that place you have a very, very high brainwave pattern, and that brainwave pattern at that time tend to lower your state of being or your level of frequency at which you're vibrating. Okay, so alpha is more like the one that we will be looking for, because for alpha brainwave pattern we tend to be at a relaxed state of being. Then we also have the delta waves, and they are the slowest type of brain waves, and is generated in both deep dreamless sleep and focused meditation. That one also is another beautiful brainwave pattern that would help us to, be in tune during creative visualization. At this brainwave pattern, we tend to be deep dreamless states or dreamless sleep, focused meditation. These brain waves have been shown to be important in the healing process of the body, and of course, more like when you are in the hospital, they tend to give you some sedatives to help relax your brainwave pattern in order for your healing to be quick, or in order for you to actually attain a faster recovery state when you are in the hospital. Okay, but on the other hand, excessive or irregular delta waves, especially while awake, are usually telling or either traumatic brain. So that also is another thing. So the brainwave pattern that we're looking for in the delta wave brainwave pattern is the one that we are conscious about. I think what this place is saying is there are excessively brainwave pattern that you don't want. But at that point where you have excessive brainwave patterns, they are usually telling of either a traumatic brain injury, or where you are at that state where your brain wave is very, very low. At that place you are unconscious. You're unconscious. So, but that's not what we're looking at here. We're looking at the conscious state where you put yourself into a state of being because you want to be relaxed, for you to be able to move to the highest state of frequency. All right, so we also have the theta, which is between 4 to 8 hertz. Theta waves are the link between alpha and delta, usually found in daydreaming or sleep, but can also be achieved through deep meditation or relaxation techniques. Don't forget theta between 4 to 8 hertz, which is also a very good slow brainwave pattern that would help us be in a relaxed state, and is also very good for meditation, and at the same time good for relaxation. For this part of creative visualization, aside the fact that you are looking at attracting the things that you want, it's also a very healthy state. Just aside the fact that it puts you in a state of confidence, it also puts you in a relaxed mode, and that you're not afraid of anything, more like you own yourself, you are in charge of yourself. All right, so why I'm trying to put this across is for us to understand the importance of relaxing, and that at the point where we start to relax, there's things go on in your brain, And those things that go on in your brain are actually electrical impulses in the brain that result from coordinated activities of neurons. So, and this brainwave pattern determines our mental state. And we are looking at a state where the brainwave is slower, which is very good for creative visualization. Okay, so very good for creative visualization. She now went further and said that what this means for our practical purposes is that if you learn to relax deeply and do creative visualization, you'll be able to make far more effective changes in your life than you will by thinking, worrying, planning, and trying to manipulate things and people. Did you see that? So once you begin to learn how to relax during creative visualization, it helps you to put away worry, planning, thinking, trying to manipulate people. At that brainwave pattern, you are at that brainwave pattern is high, and then it puts you at the lowest state of frequency, or at the lowest state of vibration, which now determines your frequency, and then also brings about the things that you see in your reality. So what she's saying is, instead of having that fast brainwave pattern that brings your frequency down, you need a slower brainwave pattern that will put you at the highest states of being or consciousness or frequency, so that then you start to see clearly. At that point, you are at your intuition, your wisdom, and then your hunch are usually high at that state, more like in your heavenlies, where you are trying to download things. You are trying to create things now, not with that lower state where you are worried and your brainwave pattern are just too fast. And you need a more relaxed brainwave pattern that puts you at that highest state of being. Now, if you have any, she now went further to say, if you have any particular way that you are accustomed to, you can go ahead and do it. I guess she's just looking at a general view of creative visualization, where it is very, very important to relax, because without having to relax, your creative visualization exercises can be less effective or not effective at all. But once you start to relax, the importance of relaxing is that you are able to control your brainwave pattern. Not only control it, but now your brainwave pattern being slower tend to put you at the highest state of vibration, and then you start to attract the things that you want. It could be hunches, it could be in terms of intuition, it could also be in terms of clear picture, exact thing that you really want to achieve during creative visualization. Now, of course, a side benefit of all of these is that you find deep relaxation helpful and beneficial both mentally and physically, which is very, very important. I find it very most times I usually stay in that state of being or consciousness, because at that state, because of the practices I've done over time, it becomes very easy for me to be conscious of my thoughts. Not only conscious of my thought, but also helps me to attract the things that I want. Many times that I cannot count of having to be in that state, and then something just drops, something just drops and tells me, stand up, go here, or there's a call, or you just bring about events and circumstances to bring about the things that you want. But you must be in that state of consciousness, or in that relaxed state of consciousness that would actually help you to harness the things that you're really looking for. It is especially good to do creative visualization at night, just before sleeping, or in the morning just after awaking. because at those times the mind and body are often already deeply relaxed and receptive. Did you see that? So more like when you're going to bed or when you're just waking up, because at those times your brainwave patterns are usually slower. So she's saying that the best times for doing creative visualizations are usually early in the mornings or late, while going into bed or sleeping off. So it is best to sit up or on the edge of the bed or in a chair. So it is better to sit up or you're on the edge of the bed or in a, but she's trying to say that you must be in a comfortable place, in a relaxed mode, and just being around comfortability where you can actually start to do your creative visualization. Having your spine straight, helping the energy to flow, and makes it easier to get a deep alpha wave pattern. Makes it easier to get a deep alpha wave pattern. A short period of meditation and creative visualization done at midday will relax and renew you and cause your day to flow more smoothly. So that's why it is important that you must always relax during creative visualization, because your relaxation is what determines your state of consciousness. And it usually involves your brainwave pattern. So if you have a slow brainwave pattern, which it's more like you are more in a relaxed state where your brainwave patterns are slower, you tend to move up to a higher state of frequency. And then once you are at that state of frequency, you tend to also attract the things that you are expecting or that you're looking for. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it about the importance of relaxing during creative visualization. I hope you find this very, very useful. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.